It is officially the preseason for the reigning Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. We get to go up against the Houston Texans, the Baltimore Ravens, and the New England Patriots, all AFC teams. And we are also going to be in the process testing out some rookie players that, of course, do have a lot of potential and maybe have a chance to even start come week one. Of course, looking at the class itself, not going to go in order by, the highest pick or anything like that. Just going to go offense, just going to go defense. You have Chad Warmack, the guard, who definitely has a chance to be the starting right guard, as Pierre, despite his ratings being pretty good, has played pretty badly. I believe he gave up 8 sacks in the regular season last year, and that's a lot for a guard to be given up. Of course, looking at the running back position, the new number 3 running back, super speedy Tyson West, 93 speed, 92 excel, 88 change direction, no stiff or truck arm, no, 78 juke move. He definitely has the potential, maybe as a kick returner. Obviously, you never know what happens with injuries on the running back spot. Maybe he has to come in as a starter. Would hate to see it, but you never know. Tanner, he's good. I don't know if he's actually the starting running back type. I like him on third downs and whatnot, but as a full-on starter, I don't know. And then the wide receiver that we might see a lot of highlight plays from in preseason is Amari Chapman. Remember him from being a 99 spec catch receiver, 92 jumping, a little bit of speed. He definitely has that jump ball potential, but with the current wide receiver lineup, I think he's a little bit of a long shot to have a starting chance. At best, maybe he gets to the 4th spot by the end of it, but I'm still rooting for him as he has kind of an intriguing, skill set to him. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, which is where you would see more new names, if you will. Northcutt isn't a rookie per se, but he obviously is a guy that didn't really get a whole lot of playing time last year, but he is a monster, an absolute tank. 6'5", 388, 23 years old, 97 strength. He has plenty of potential. One breakout, and you never know. He could be a ferocious defender for this team. But obviously, looking at the actual rookies, you have Braylon Wilkins, who was a DT that maybe we're hoping for hidden development trait, kind of like a red type. Looks really, kind of scary, if you will, physically. Radiance, not so bad either, but yeah, he looks kind of mean. I wouldn't really want to go against him. And then the big ticket item, Mr. DeMathis Chambers, a guy we absolutely needed as our cornerback 2 spot was vacated from Sidney Jones, requesting a trade. He is now on the division rival LA Rams. Not so good of a man corner, but zone coverage, really solid. Hopefully he can learn the ropes from Tariq Woolen, as they're both kind of bigger corners. Obviously, the athleticism here isn't as good, but he's still athletic in his own right. And we're hoping he develops quickly. Once again, we don't know the devs of any of these guys. Maybe he's a superstar. Maybe he's an X Factor. Possibly, probably star. But at the end of the day, he's going to be our number 2 going into this season. Oliver Hayes, the linebacker. Not probably going to see a whole lot of, play time, as Cody Barton himself, who was a really good player for us, got replaced by Alexander in the last offseason. And really didn't see the field outside of maybe an injury from one of the 2 starters, but he could slip in there. He's also really athletic, very raw, but 69 block shed, 71 zone coverage. I've seen worse, definitely seen worse. That man coverage, I don't know if I've seen worse than that, okay? That he may take the cake on. And then for another rookie, Eric Hoffman, he's an edge rusher. He's going to play a little bit here and there. Has potential, I will admit. Athleticism's good enough. Finesse is solid. And block shed, not bad for an edge player. But for the final rookie, to my remembrance, there might be some other guy that I'm just forgetting, J.J. Milner, the backup to the backup safety. Maybe he has a chance to, slip up the ranks a little bit. Remember how much Marshall played last season? That number, that backup safety role, it gets a lot of burn. He's obviously a very injury-prone player, which worries me. But as, with that okay speed from a safety spot and the fact that he has 80 zone with 83 hit power, there's something there, right? Like, we can all agree there's something there potentially. Bunch of backup players, practice squad players with upgrades, but also some true blue starters on this team. Jordan Brooks, block shed, zone coverage, he is so good. But yeah, anything with block shedding and zone coverage is what we're looking for. I think field general has kind of been that upgrade for us. And it has 3 block shed, 2 to zone, 1 to excel, and agility. Honestly, unless it was speed involved, there really was not a better upgrade for us to have there. Charles Cross gets a power upgrade, but doesn't go up in overall. I was trying to just get anything for runs blocking, and he is actually a pretty good offensive lineman. And I'm almost kind of like contemplating a right side of the line switch up, as Pierre looks like he could be a really good tackle. But right now, with that run blocking and the power blocking in general, definitely looks a little worrisome to be a starter at guard, but for now, he is that. 2 to run block, 2 to run block power. I mean, that's a nice little upgrade, I suppose. Paul Buckley, not a good upgrade, but he needs run block finesse, so +2 puts him at 66. So if you put a Javon Hargrave type against him, I mean, he's going to feast. Banson, the guy who's kind of good at both styles, gets himself an upgrade. 2 to pass block, 2 to pass block power. That's actually a really solid upgrade. It's not easy to upgrade those base-like ratings. And then Kendrick Patterson, who's had himself a really good year, but he is really slowly developing here for us. I'm going to keep going with slot upgrades as I really need catching. I need those medium and short route upgrades, and we do get the short route, but not so much the medium. Maybe it is time to go to that deep threat. He's still really raw. And then Lawrence Greer, we're going to go with improviser, because that's what he does at times, and I think it's a really good upgrade to go for. 2 under pressure, 2 throw on the run, and 1 break sack. Under pressure is a really good upgrade to get. That's kind of the main thing that we struggle with at times is that under pressure ability. And the rest, like we said, pretty much all backups, so we don't really care too much about that. Sorry, fellas, not to make you feel bad. And that's why you upgrade slot. I know this guy's kind of a backup, and maybe he never becomes something, but slot upgrades are truly just the best for a corner. Receiver, it's up in the air, but cornerback, without a doubt. Oh, it's a nighttime game, which is interesting because it's the Texans, but it's preseason, I suppose. These kind of teams that are still in the development process sometimes get a little wild and a little interesting during preseason and the end of the season, so maybe we see something crazy, but obviously going to try our best to not get injured, so not going to see the starters too much. Don't know how much we're actually going to see of preseason in general, as there's not a whole lot of positions that have openings, but obviously there are a few, so we will try to keep an eye on those spots. Right guard, backup safety, maybe middle linebacker. Alexander is pretty good for us, but Oliver Hayes has a chance as well, and we'll see. We'll see. And you've got to be kidding me. Come on, get out of his way. Barnes can get him. There you go, Barnes. What a chase down. What an effort. I expected it to be a pretty, chill, tame kick return, and it was not that. So, there's that. Barnes with a hell of a chase down. Milner had to get the hell out of the way, but good job. Good job. It's not particularly technically a good job, but most times in that situation when you've got a kick returner that is all the way down to the 20 or so, it's usually a done deal, but they did it. And I suppose this is another opportunity for the defense to test itself out, see if they can get a stop in this situation. And Brooks doing a pretty good job there going against Tony Pollard, who looks pretty massive. I know Pollard's kind of like a taller guy, but I didn't think he was that thick either, which, hey, hello. But yeah, good job. Took a little longer than I wanted it to, and North cut. Oh, wow, okay. Chambers needs to get back there a little bit sooner in case there was no pressure. Might have had a chance to fit that in there. The draft class, obviously, we know about. We actually took Hayes that high. Jesus, he's not bad, but damn, we took him that high? I don't remember that now. Of course, Milner, really small, which worries me because he's playing that Marshall role from last season, like we said. Little lost, and a hell of an effort by Barnes there, which is really impressive. He was chasing down a guy that he got beat by, saw last second that the ball was coming to him, and made a play, forcing a field goal. And that guy's name looks like heroin, but it's Norden. And that is going to be a sack. Definitely need to get rid of that ball. We were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Kind of got ourselves in trouble in general, getting out of the pocket there when we didn't need to. Ended up taking a sack, sadly. So that's going to be a massive loss on first down. And that is a wide open player, but with pressure, Greer misses the throw. Definitely not the greatest start here in the first preseason game. Inside and intercepted. Wow. That is an awful series. I'm also trying to figure out how the hell it was intercepted, but okay. Got no wide receivers out there, so should be able to just run commit up the middle, and Brooks and Alexander do a good job, but somehow he gains yards. And I'm not going to blame Milner on that because, I mean, Milner was facing him the right way, and he's still pushing. What the hell was that? And, of course, Alexander fades back too far, and George Diggs gets the touchdown. Houston moving easily. Caldwell will get a chance to return it this time. The speed demon with the vision. Pretty good return considering how far back we were, and gets it as a 23. Running into a pretty bad spot here, so let's run slants. Wiggle more. And he is open, and will get about the first down. Good play. I just want to be able to get a nice scoring drive with the number ones. You know, you definitely want some momentum. And to the outside. Nice move by Walker. Not going to get a whole lot. Going back to that play-action play, it kind of didn't work last time. This time it will, though, as Patterson is open, who's going to take his speed and length to the 40-yard line after the catch. What a play. And now I think we're going to go for a shot. We don't really go for shot plays too often like this. Fant maybe to the outside. Could be the look if it's... Yeah, I mean... Patterson was a little open, but Fant's a little bit easier of a target to throw to because he's massive. Potential shot quick over to Metcalf, and it is going to be where we go with it. He kind of faced it the wrong way. It might have been the throw, but gets the first down. That corner just completely backed up on him, and I was like, yeah, let's go for that. The outside. Here goes Kenneth fighting. Get the stiff arm. Can't do it. Gains 8. Could have more. I don't like the outside shade, but... Let's go inside to Metcalf, who catches it for the first down, 4 yards. Yeah, I don't know what that defense was early, but at least we're able to move the ball a little bit now. That was, I mean, they were suffocating on us. Like, that was insane. Kenneth gaining about 5. I like this play. I feel like there's just too much to cover on that right side. And we're going to float that over to Moore, who almost does the rest with that speed, gaining 10 to the 1. Patterson, if we can get that throw off quick. And we do. Patterson, touchdown. Not sure what they're doing there. You know, maybe there's a chance to drop off and, you know, cover that, but that's impossible. But here we are in the third quarter. Trying to see what we got with some of these backups. Schwartz, the rookie quarterback, coming in here. We'll take the underneath to Tanner, which is a pretty smart play. Buries a guy, gains 12. And, of course, Schwartz's stats looking really good. Pretty impressive stuff. And is that Bo Melton? It is. Perfect throw by Schwartz. Gets us to the 48-yard line. Dotting up. Throwing the ball at a pretty high level. This is a debatable one because Melton looks like a guaranteed yardage to the outside. But with the way the safety's playing that, he might jump on Jacobson or Chapman. So I'm going to go for the big play with this. And we should not have. Schwartz. No way. Throws it perfectly to Chapman. Of course, the size of Chapman. He gets the catch. Of course, we faded backwards to be able to actually get a little bit of a platform. Otherwise, we would have been literally throwing while being sacked. Unbelievable throw. Bo Melton on the sweep. Short side, so but I'll let it happen. And look at Melton. Look at Melton. The speed gaining about 8. Backup's looking just as good as the starters, not better. Pitch to the left. Maybe not so much. Maybe not liking that much. Not the greatest route. Gets it there, though. Thankfully, the guy that was covering Tanner was locked in on him because that went like right past his head. Beautiful throw, though. Not the greatest of routes, but got the job done. 1st and 10, I kind of want to take Chapman. Oh, you got to give him a chance. He had just a step. If he's got... Is that the linebacker, Alexander? What the hell? I mean, you got to take him. Oh, no! Alexander! He dropped a perfect ball wide open. Well, we know what happens if we're ever having to run like a trick play with him in. I remember a couple recent, plays in recent years where teams did that with their linebacker and it worked out. But yeah, I don't know if that's his game because that was a pretty bad drop all over the place. And here goes Hayes. Perfect chase down. First play we watch him is a sack. Got a couple of corners that really aren't starting level. Northcutt playing. What a move. Hits him late. Alexander, good enough. It's man coverage on 3rd and 22. It's a little debatable anyways. All right, so the AI defense definitely taking care of business. Going to come in for this final drive of the first game. A lot of the third string guys in now. Hoffman coming in. Obviously, he's not really a third string guy, but he's definitely, third string caliber at this point. Milner playing cornerback, which, he's not the fastest guy, but he does have a little bit of man experience. And, Bryant, no way. Porter with a huge hit. Once again, Porter, he's got a lot of potential as well. So as much as I like Milner because he is pretty good zone coverage, he's hidden. Porter, he is kind of more prototypical size. So we'll see. We'll pay attention to that. Alexander in perfect coverage. Everyone in perfect coverage. Hayes hitting the quarterback a little late, but, we like, if it's fair, it's clean, we like that. Milner stepping up. We kind of have to sit over on this side. Milner getting absolutely pummeled. It wouldn't take much. That's one thing I worry about, but that potential in the draft, and so far, he looks like it, right? Like his stats look good. Alexander playing as the edge, and Milner had a chance. Doesn't get it. I need you to dive. Milner's way too comfortable with not giving it his all. I don't know what that is about. And hit as he's throwing, and Kalen Barnes trying to get greedy. Can't get it. Great blitz. Alexander and Hayes, they both look great. So I don't know. I feel like Alexander, at least in the first game, is still a lock as the number 2. But that's going to be it for this one in the first preseason game. Obviously, a really shaky start on both sides of the ball. But we definitely settled down in that first game and took care of business, especially the number 2s. Schwartz looked really good in this game. He was commanding of the offense, very accurate, and put up some really good numbers whether we were playing or in sim. And I'm not saying I would feel comfortable with Greer going down, but if Greer goes down based on that first game, maybe not completely screwed. And if that was an interview, I'm sure he would appreciate those words. Oh, the coach thinks we're not completely screwed if I'm the starting quarterback. Oh, thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, what a game! 300 or nearly 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. Greer obviously threw an interception. Who cares though? Rushing, didn't really get much going on the ground. Did West play? He had 1 carry for 6. Ross Jacobson apparently had a really good game. Love him. Chapman, really good game too. And we got a lot of really good slot wide receivers. I almost kind of want to trade one of them for something decent just to give them a chance in their careers. Darrell Taylor. We're kind of wasting some really good slot talent on this team, and it kind of feels unfair. And speaking of Ross Jacobson, his route running's definitely not the greatest, but catching is also a little iffy. I'll still go vertical threat, though. I would imagine it gives you the best chance for speed and excel, which, who doesn't want that? 3 to medium route, 1 to short, 1 to catch in traffic. That's a really nice upgrade. 3 to medium route puts him in the 70s now. Deep route, I don't think it really matters. What kind of intricate tight end routes are deep route anyways? Like a streak? Do you really need good route running for that? It is officially preseason week 2. Everyone in the division but us lost. Obviously, you don't really care too much about the win-loss of these kind of games, but no mentorship, no camp standout or anything like that. A little bit of an L, but let's get ready for this game. So we're actually going to start this game on defense, and what the hell? A winning home team, bonus run play, injury chances decrease, soft ground. Is that for everyone? We appreciate you, groundskeeper. Oh, wow. Dobbins was trying his hardest, but there was just nowhere to go. Every angle he took, we just had cut off. Beautiful play. And I really like the way preseason has gone so far for Mr. Kalen Barnes. He looks really good. And speaking of really good, maybe not his fault there, but blocked up hard on that run play. A gain of about 6 after their first down struggles. And a 3rd and 3 now with Milner in the oh my God, he got closed up. And there goes Dobbins. Huge tackle by Woolen. But yeah, Lindstrom. They have Chris Lindstrom. Jesus, this is a really good offensive line. But yeah, I'm a little worried about Milner. I'm not going to be I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you, actually. He looks a little out of his element at that spot. I'm not really sure how he's such a good player, and he's injury prone on top of that. How he's such a good player, but he's so small. I just don't know if he can make it in this league. And there goes Lamar. Oh, what a move. Marshall. Nice tackle by Chambers, the big man. But yeah, Milner playing in the box a lot, which is what, Marshall did. Uh-oh. There goes Adams. One-on-one. Takes him down. What a play. If he breaks the tackle, he doesn't get even close to that. They're, of course, going to go for it. It's preseason. Probably go for this in the regular matches anyways. That's probably a touchdown. 4th and 1. Blitz and Woolen. Wow, really good recovery speed by Woolen. And, that's our fault. Good attempt on the recovery by Marshall. Stepped up because I thought we were going to get him, but so read options kind of killing us here. And there we go. The goal line finally stopping that ground game. They're moving. They're moving. Marshall deep again. 2nd and goal. Probably should be protecting against the read option. Missed it hard, but Northcutt didn't. Beautiful play. And this is hard with the hard flats. And Wosu might have to just drop off for the receiver. And he does, but sadly, Mafe and company cannot cover their guys. You thought there was a good chance they probably would throw it there, but the run game has been so lethal that we kind of had to cover it anyways. And Caldwell knows right now he is the #1 kick returner, but we want to get West more opportunities as he is a talent, and I just don't know where to play him. Of course, that return, not the greatest. We're going to do one drive with the offense again like we did last game, and we ran 2 last time because it wasn't the greatest of drives, but I just want to get a drive in every game if we can with the starters just to see where we stand. And that second drive we had, definitely not so bad. This play looks a little iffy. I don't think Patterson's going to get open on that, so rather run the play action. That's okay. Throw it away. Greer with that speed, I wasn't even worried about it. Obviously, it sucks to have an insta shed like that, a free rusher, but he's just so good, I'm not too worried. I knew we could get away from it. And that is a tough throw and catch. Kind of just darting that one in there right away. I kind of wish it was Metcalf on that deep route, but it's okay, we'll live with it. He does have leverage. Metcalf is absolutely locked up. Of course, that play action carried us hard. Really smart decisions so far and good throwaways and whatnot from Greer, but some blown opportunities with these route runners not getting to where they need to. And there goes Kenneth fighting hard, gaining about 3. Sounded like I was battling for that first down there. In cut from Metcalf, looking for a quick throw to Fant if we can get it. Which we can. We kind of had to as they brought the blitz. Really weird for them to drop off when they're blitzing. If they would have ran press, we'd have been done for. Got the tight end angles. Could be a quick throw to Patterson on the outside. Ooh, that's a good play by that corner. Marlon Humphrey. Marlon made a pretty good play on that. He broke on that quickly. I think if the ball was good, though, we would have still had it. And there goes a wide open Patterson. Try to cut it back inside. Really kind of dumb because we had room to just run straight. This could be a tough season, man. Teams definitely seem to have improved themselves. And that is a perfectly timed ball. A great catch. Great recovery by Marlins. Obviously, he was letting him pass, but, he's seen that the ball was coming his way, and he's like, uh-oh. I don't think my safety's getting to that in time, and he didn't. Huge play to the 5. And Kenneth fighting as usual to the 3. Tyson West coming in. You have a special carrier in there. Maybe it's the good trade-off to make him think that you're throwing to him. And that's a bad decision, but thankfully he doesn't get there. I wanted to run it with West so bad there, but it's just not going to happen on that one. That's a tough throw. Metcalf is to the 1, can't get in. I don't know how I feel about this. They are so all over this, dude. Let's just run it power out to the left. West. And terrible blocks, but with the stiff arm from West, he gets in. Nice stiff arm. A guy that isn't even known for that. Putting the team on his back on that carry a little bit. Terrible block from the fullback, and nice score. That was kind of impressive. He had no block from the fullback. The fullback missed the corner as well. Look at that stiff arm. That's not easy. All right, we are back in this one, but it is now the 4th quarter, and let me tell you, this This quarterback we got of ours, perfect throw for the touchdown, seems to be the real deal. All right, back to testing out the defense. I'm not sure how Jamal Adams keeps getting in. Everything else seems to be pretty fine. I suppose you see Woolen, and I don't understand that. But inside, really good coverage by Barnes, who once again has been maybe the most impressive so far in preseason. Besides the quarterback, Schwartz. Obviously, Schwartz has been insane, and it's a tougher position. McNeil, the big man. Oh, look at him bowl through. And Adams one-on-one takes down the running back. Run formation defense. Drew Lock playing that position. Maybe a little iffy, but they don't actually do it anyways. That is a throw way behind the line of scrimmage, but I suppose Tyler Batty getting up there. Only losing or gaining a yard, actually. Not bad. 3rd and 4 from the 44, and Wilkins with a quick rush. Doesn't matter. Alexander, huge hit. You know, we kind of almost like gave that to him. We didn't really have a plan to actually stop him there. You can't really stop a short play with no rush and no press. Oh, look at Phillips. I was about to say, we were really not getting anywhere, and then Jalen Phillips just out of nowhere busting through and getting the stop. I really thought for a while there that nobody was ever going to get to him, and the game would just end on that play. And we had a help there. Wow, all over him is Alexander. I'd even see him because he was literally shadowed perfectly. And here, playing more coverage, as I don't really think a blitz necessarily shows the talent of your team as much as pure coverage does, and a base front four. And inside, and that, look at that. Of course, he did kind of have a deep guy near the first down marker, but didn't happen there. And as much as I said what I said, I'm going to be going with the blitz on this one. Let's see what we got. And Milner just kind of in no man's land. Barnes, look at Kalen Barnes go. What a talent that guy is. Let me tell you. I'm going to try to go back left. Chapman, huge. I don't know if he can block a pass rusher, though, and he does a really good job. And once again, with West running, his players are doing literally less than nothing. Like on that play, I wish there was no receivers there. No blockers, because he literally got blocked by his own guy. And Chapman, that's a terrible throw by Schwartz. All right, could be a quick throw inside to Chapman if they give him the look. They don't. It's going to be a throw to West, and there's a chance. He's close. That's obviously a go-for situation. 4th and inches after a 3rd and 12. Could you get off of us? They know it's run, so we are going to look to pass. To the outside, it's a bad throw. Turnover on downs on a 4th and inches. Okay, Schwartz. Those plays back-to-back, they're not my favorite from you. Going to be the last drive of the game, I imagine, so let's make it a good one. Alexander covering the running back a little late there, but that's okay. Phillips kind of forcing him to move, and that is an amazing play, but really good coverage by Cody Barton. That's not Cody Barton. He's not even on the team. Why did I say that? Kobe Bryant. Similar-ish names, kind of, maybe. Covering pretty well there, and that is going to be a sack by Braylon Wilkins. Really good coverage, nowhere for Drew Lock to go, and just kind of a coverage sack, which with that formation from us, surprising to get. Porter staying in the middle of the field. And not really going to do a whole lot. He's going to take the shot on Riddick, who looks pretty good. Really good coverage. Coverage looking pretty good. Obviously, these are backups for their side of the field as well, but still, wow, Wilkins just got smoked. And Drew Lock, all the time in the world, he's got to hit this. Yeah, I was about to say, with that much time, he's got to be able to hit this. And we kind of made it sure that he didn't get the inside lane, though. You know, it's already a big play. Don't need that going for a touchdown. Jalen Phillips, don't really care too much about him because he's already a good player. Don't really need to see him in preseason. Great coverage by Porter. Look at that. We can't get back there to help. We missed on the comeback and all the way down to the 1 on the second effort. Yeah, this pass rush from these backups is definitely lacking. Coverage is not bad, but the pass rush, oof. It has not been good. Let me tell you that much. Milner might have to shoot this. Doesn't have to. Would have had a bait. Didn't need it, though, as the tight end is wide open. And not our most impressive series back-to-back there. All right, the game is pretty much over, but I want to take a look at Chapman one-on-one, if he can get it. It's not really one-on-one. Oh, he's in pretty good spot. And he holds on. That looked effortless. Better look one-on-one. Oof. That's a hit. Okay, let's not get him killed before the season starts. Man, the run defenses by that team look super scary. And he is no Greer. If that's Greer, he gets out there to be able to throw that to the running back. It's not Greer, so that will be a sack. And why not go with the fake with Rhett Grant? Oh, my God. The fakes are really good, man. I mean, you know, when nobody in the world expects a fake, those blockers, or the edge guys, they know somehow. They just know. They're that good. So far, undefeated in preseason. Don't know how to feel about that, but Lawrence Greer, definitely a better game for him in that first one. And Schwartz, a little bit of the opposite, a little bit of a worse game. Rushing, still not a whole lot going, but a little bit better this week. And against a team that knows how to run the ball, so you would expect they know how to defend it as well. And in this one, not so great of a game from the backup tight end, as you know, he goes from great game to nothing. Chapman, decent game, I suppose, with that really good catch. Sack totals, a lot less sacks this game, and interception from Nwosu. For Mafe, I think it's time to start looking at defending the run. As, nice upgrade. 3 to block shed in a zone and whatnot. As he's already 93 finesse, but that block shed is horrendous. Moving on to the third and final preseason game, though, against the Patriots, a team that's really well coached, so you'd expect a smart football team, which definitely helpful for us trying to get ready for week 1 against Dallas. Got a couple more upgrades. Obviously, Northcutt is built to be the run stopper, but wouldn't hurt to get his pass rush ability up as well, and now he has 98 strength, which is definitely kind of insane. And then for Caldwell, it's tough because I do want him to be a better receiver in general as well, but at the same time, he's kind of built to just be our return man, and you know, sometimes that's what people make a career out of, so I'm going to go playmaker. Although, even though it's supposed to be better for like juke moves and whatnot, gets a really good upgrade for receiving stats, so I don't know where that stands, honestly. I really don't. And then for Greer, we're going to go with improviser, as I think that's an upgrade we can get better stuff from throwing the run. So it is more improviser stuff, but I will say we do need that kind of stuff. Throwing the run is very important for him, and so is under pressure. So, I mean, it's a good upgrade. Kalen Barnes, who has been really good in preseason, going to get himself a slot upgrade, which actually skips 76 overall, straight to 77. And I don't know why I thought it was going to be a speed, as he's literally max, but very good upgrade there. And then Pierce, the backups to the backups to the backups, getting himself a power upgrade, which grand scheme probably doesn't matter too much. This 3 straight dark games, like late games, I think last week was as well, which I like, but I don't want us to be getting, you know, all of our late night games out of the way in preseason. I, you know, kind of would like us to actually play some nighttime games during the regular season too. Starting out on defense in this one with Milner as the starting free safety. I really just don't know where to play him. I honestly think right now I would see him as the third option on the safety spot, not counting Jamal Adams. So I don't know what to think. I really do like having a bigger guy at the number 2 role. So is it going to be Porter that actually steals the job, even though he's 24 normal and Milner does look like the better player? It's just that size. I can't get over the fact that Milner just isn't built to play like really professional ball in general, to be honest. Really good job there by Alexander to stop on 4th and 2. Maybe you go for it because it's preseason. Want to see how they see it, as it is the 3rd game in preseason. So it is important to mention that, because obviously you don't want to do anything too crazy out of the realm of what you normally would do. I think in that situation you probably go for it in real life as well, or in the regular season as well. I consider preseason not real. It just doesn't seem real. It's like, it's a different situation. We also have Chapman as the number 2 in this one. Not that he'll ever replace Patterson, but you know, we have had a couple of injuries on this team. How the hell is Miles Jack doing that? We've had some injuries on this team, and I want to see where we stand in case, you know, somebody gets injured. Comeback route doesn't look like it's going to be great on this situation. In cuts, Chapman gets the push up field, which is enough to make me throw it to him and, you know, throw out a sack. I'm surprised we even got it that deep. Chapman vertical is a little better than I would have expected. He's actually kind of surprisingly good. Greer, we get the press again, and Metcalf has the beat. Greer, perfect throw. Not a lot of separation, but enough all the way to the 22. The Twin Towers out there, though, I will admit, are intriguing, but Patterson's not some slouch himself, and he gets into the ball. He reminds me of a taller Jefferson, but just doesn't have the route running or release down just yet. But the size, and speaking of size, perfect throw. That was like a 3-play drive pretty much, all the way down the field. Some absolute dots from Greer, even under pressure and while being hit. Beautiful plays and a score. All right, 3rd and 3 for the basically starting defense. Everyone but, of course, Milner. Trying to pay attention to him. He's really not getting tested, so it's not easy to, like, tell, and that's our fault. Nice hit by Brooks. Kind of thought maybe we had help on that other side. I think both sides were open, but obviously the player directly across from the quarterback is going to be a little easier to throw to, and Northcutt there. Going against the double team, obviously, but absolutely bullied there. Even as we were editing, exiting that replay, you could see he got freaking pummeled again. Brutal stuff. And, oh, we got it nice. There we go. Good job, Porter. But I said we got to make a play on that. Porter, a really good player. I'm just saying, dude. I don't know. Milner has way more potential, but the size could always limit him. And this team is a very physical team, obviously. Can he keep up with the big boys? I don't know. If you're going to get pushed around, which so far he absolutely has. He has been pushed around a lot in these games. And over the middle, nice throw. Chambers. He's been, a pretty quiet name, but that's a good thing for a cornerback, and I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be fine. He's been pretty physical. For the most part, he really hasn't let anything up. And Milner, I will say, going against a really big tight end there, kind of holding his own. Didn't get through him or anything, but it's not easy in general for anyone to get through a tight end blocking. 2nd and 7. And to the outside, Woolen's got to jump that. Come on, Woolen. I know you're playing the number 1 role now, which is, he's playing on the opposite side of the field where he normally would. We're not going to keep him there forever if we struggle. There's no point in having both sides struggle if we can have Woolen as the number 2 locking that down every time. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I think he can play either side of the field, obviously, so I'm not too worried about it. And Wosu and company getting carried by Damian Harris here. A lot of 5 wide from a team that seems depleted still at wide receiver. Porter, that's why I like these bigger guys in this role. And Porter, not going to happen, but Milner blows it up and knocks it out. Of course, because a rookie made a play there, they're going to show the draft class, and a pretty decent one it looks to be. Once again, I worry that, if he's not the deep safety, how much can he really do in the box? And to the corner, there's never a chance on that. Woolen not only almost getting it, but then just blowing him up afterwards, making sure he didn't get it. Very talented player there. 4th and 6, they're going to go for the field goal, and I imagine this will be a go for, which they'll hit. They got number 12 for, okay. They brought Zappy back, and he's like, hey, you know what? I want number 12. It's like, yeah, I don't think you're getting number 12, buddy. I even want to change that. Like, come on. Like, are they crazy? West to the 21. Even if, Brady left and said the Patriots were the worst team ever, and I hate them to death, you still got to retire his number. As bad as that is, you have to. All right, we simmed offense again because I want to see a little bit more of Milner action at the starting safety spot, and apparently an interception happened to the outside, trying to step back in. Alexander trying to make a play over there, and this is going to be a dead play with Northcutt and Mafe combining for a sack. Bad decision by Mac Jones, who, believe it or not, is an X factor. I don't know how the hell that happens, but good effort, I guess. Chambers playing on the inside. Do we see a change-up on the defense? Not sure why Chambers would be in there. And really good job by Chambers just getting a grab. Obviously, Brooks with the help. Let's see Porter going up against the running back. It's just go routes? Is that all they had? Is that their best idea on 3rd and long? Sacked again. And this time I want to come out here for sure because I don't think this is going to be a good field goal. And it is. Forgive me. I apologize. Another kick return for West, who hasn't really seen a whole lot of success at this role. And, yeah, I thought he was a really good change of direction player, but the more we're kind of seeing him out there, he just isn't nearly as fluid as Caldwell, just not even close. Now, we're usually a pretty bad preseason team on the final week for some reason, but not a good sight that we're sucking with the starters still out here. And there goes Chapman, and I don't know why Chapman doesn't try to jump that in the slightest. Warmack doesn't need to get there as Moore gets him, but I know it's easier for the safety. Wow, second pick for Duggar. Okay. I know it's a little easier for the safety to see that, but I really thought with the size of Chapman that he'd have a chance to get up to that, and he just doesn't even come close. And that's a really good play by Porter, but we missed, trying to do too much. Did enough to get him to cut back, though, I suppose. There's just so much we had to do there with Porter. And, like, you know what I mean with Milner? Like, he's not as fast as Porter, I don't think. I think Porter's a little bit faster. But even if he isn't, he doesn't have the length of Porter, so it is harder to cover in general. And he's going to take the shot with Milner, who goes too low. Obviously, we kind of got in a 50-50. Like, do we pick it? Do we slap it? I don't know what to think about Milner. To the outside. Wow, that is a wide-open player. And he's lucky he got out of bounds. He was about to die. Like, if there was a specific role where I could have Milner playing near the line of scrimmage covering the running back, sure, but running back's not always going to be on a route anyways, and a lot of times we don't even care about the running back. They don't usually get the looks, ironically enough. It is the Patriots, in fairness, but Mike Onwenu injured. So far, I don't think we've had any injuries, thankfully. Screen pass, Alexander all over that, and chance to pick it dropped! I know he's a linebacker, but please catch that. I need a catch on that one. That's brutal. Milner near the line of scrimmage. Could be a run. And it is. Milner actually got the pop on him, and he's going to be short because of it. I know we're focusing hard on Milner here, but he takes on the fullback. And, you know, number 94, Red, kind of loses the hit, and Milner holds his ground. That's pretty impressive. All right, the number 2s are in, and they are trying to take care of business here. Patterson obviously didn't start, so he's going to be playing here. And Patterson looking really good on the very first play we see him is a touchdown, and the team is within 1 score. All right, 6 minutes left. Can the defense hold? Also don't see Milner anywhere to be found. Callahan's in, also another short guy. Zappy, number 12, the best number 12 in Patriots history. Jalen Phillips off the... Oh, there's Milner. He's so tiny. I forgot he was even in the play there. Bryant getting beat there on the inside for a gain of 12. Zappy with a throw. And we've got ourselves Milner going against a tight end here. Good coverage, but, I mean, realistically, you just tell him, hey, go route or something. You got that matchup. And a really good play on that running back, which forced a punt. Tried to drop back, couldn't. Just wanted to take our own look, and wow, what a great comeback there. I mean, Barnes is in great coverage, but typically on the underthrown ball, the receiver has the mad advantage, as Zappy with an amazing throw, though. You got to give him credit. That is impressive. To the outside, Riddick a little lost, Oh, here we go. Here's the tester. Run play, if it is, which it is. Oh, he was about to go backwards, but he ended up holding his own against an offensive lineman. Leverage, leverage, leverage. First and goal from the 8. Porter really good play there, and Adams got to do better than that. I know he ended up stopping the play, but you got to get a hand in there, man. He's just lucky he jarred it free rather than, you know, got a hand on it. He should have had one. Don't know how the hell he didn't. And we can't get over there. Milner gets free, but... yeah, we just got manhandled on that one. It is dime, in fairness, but still. That would be the game. And I will say good job by Wilkins. Did have that guy in the corner, but it was a little too late. Crazy part is if Bo Melton has a decent return, it doesn't really help him a whole lot. It just hurts West. You know, even there, if I would have went fully left, we would have gained, you know, probably to the 28 or so. I just wanted to try to go for the big play. I think it's pretty safe to say that Caldwell is, once again, the return man. Obviously, running in a situation like this isn't great, but when you have a look like this, I think you take that every day of the week. Look at him slipping. Gains 9. Let's hurry up. I feel like a 9-yard gain in like almost any situation is fair decision, right? Should not have thrown that to him. Should have threw that away. Trying to walk away with a nice comeback here. Don't know if it's going to happen. Doesn't look great for it. We'll see. Of course, a lot of backups in. Patterson's the one starter we have. Tanner's kind of a starter, if you will. Outside look. Patterson's got some speed. And, oh my God, Schwartz just blew that. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a look that was going to gain us a lot of yards, but there was a couple of guys that, you know, the corners were backed up far. You know, like at first glance, the way they're running here, I'm like, maybe Chapman, maybe Patterson's open. The corner runs all the way over there, but they switch. I mean, this was an impressive switch. Like, I don't know how the hell they pulled that off. But, I mean, Patterson's obviously not open. You know, Chapman's got a guy lurking on him. I felt like either the wide receiver or Jacobson were the guy, and that was just so overthrown. There was never a chance. But we're going to, even though they aren't going to, we're going to treat this as if we got the score and we need the stop to try and get back out on offense. And, well, I'm not saying that would end the game, but it definitely would end the game. As Zappi is going to get a near 50-yard read option, dude. Oh, my God. And the worst part is some of those guys are starters. That was embarrassingly bad. And they score a touchdown anyways. Come on. Oh, we're going to get some revenge on them if we play them this season. Let me tell you that much. And for a special return guest on the final kick return of preseason, Tariq Woolen's out there. The big man taking it to the 27. I don't think West even got close to the 27 all preseason. But that is going to wrap up a very intriguing preseason. I don't feel like, you know, in normal years we've definitely had some like breakout. I don't know if we've had that. I really don't. I think Milner's still a question mark. I do like Porter. You know, Barnes was really good, but he's not really a breakout. Chapman had a couple of nice jump balls, but also a couple of plays where he just like didn't show the best effort possible. The right guard position, I don't know. I feel like Pierre was, you know, just as good as Warmack. I really don't think there was an edge on that position. I think Northcutt played pretty well. Hayes was all right, but Alexander was better. Schwartz was good for a while, but then, you know, had a couple of bad games. Obviously, Greer had a really bad game here, but I'm still fine with him. I'm not too worried about it. Running game didn't really do a whole lot. There really just wasn't a breakout player. There wasn't. I can't really think of one at all. There just wasn't a breakout player, and it was a pretty tame preseason. I know that's showing, I actually hit left trigger and it showed quarterback, but like, why would Greer even be on the list? Like, it should be like, they won't even give you an option for anyone over like a 70 probably, unless they're old. But as far as releases go, this could be a bit of a tough decision, so I may need a second. Now, this isn't a roster spot-saving move, but Bo Melton finally finding a team that could actually use him as a starter for Joe Lambert. 93 speed, I think, was he 24-year-old corner? Not going to be a guy that we actually use probably, but I will say I think he has an extra year on his contract, and in general gives us some depth at a position that is a little iffy. You know, 5'9 corner, 5'10 corner, 6-foot tall corner, but only 90 speed. So gives us some, you know, some breathing room, I suppose, at that spot. As you know, we've seen in preseason that, you know, that backup spot not looking pretty good for us at all. And for our final move, Chris Griffin, what a name. He's just not good at anything. He's athletic, but it's a long shot. I'll put him at the practice squad, but yeah. But we're going to be headed to week 1, and that is going to be it for this episode, as we are going to be prepared for that Dallas Cowboys matchup. Could even be uploaded tomorrow, perhaps. Maybe leave some likes, maybe some subscribes. Also, 10:15 p.m. is this like the first game of the season because it's a you know, the Super Bowl matchup. I don't know, but not matchup, but you know what I mean. It's a Super Bowl team, us. But yeah, that's gonna be it. If you guys enjoyed this one, like I said, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate your continued support, and really appreciate you checking out another season of Seahawks Franchise. We'll say, looking at the way preseason went out, definitely doesn't seem like it's gonna be an easy road to trying to repeat, but hopefully a glorious road nonetheless. That's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll be you guys come back in the next video, but until next video, see ya!